Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. It's the secret society and their crime syndicate trying to take down Ryan Garcia. I asked the question. Now make sure you like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter, right? Listen, people, listen. Let's hold our horses and not take it to the stupid, all right? When you take a look at this, I'm telling you, man, this shit is a drug scandal. It's a drama show. It's a soap opera. It's the secret society in full effect. It's someone who was on a banned substance. This shit has all the elements, man, of a real good goddamn movie. You know what I'm saying? The sex is involved, with Ryan out here talking about sleeping with Kenneth Plant's wife before he met her. Sex, the money, how much money Ryan made, Devin made, or Ryan had to pay Devin and for coming in over, and then the goddamn penalty he had to pay by giving up his purse for testing positive. Sex, money, and murder. Oh, somebody may end up dying out here. But look, long story short, do y'all really believe, that's the question, do y'all really believe that the crime syndicate and secret society really wanted to come together and for Devin Haney to make sure Devin Haney, Malcolm X, by all means necessary, got a win over Ryan Garcia? To that I say, in the most respectful way, is that you'll hold your horses and let's not take it to the stupid. That being said, I do believe in having conversations, and I'm going to tell you right now, nothing's off the table when we start talking about the who, what, when, where, why, and how about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney and arriving in the position where we're at right now. Now, I'm going to tell you, this sounds real good, doesn't it? Sounds real juicy. Real juicy. When you think about this whole thing, let's take it back to when Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney were talking about fighting. It was sounding good, looking good. Then Ryan goes over there, hooks up with Mayweather, jogging with him, everything. All of a sudden, Ryan gonna fight Rolly. You know, Floyd is like a brother to him. I love Floyd, right? Floyd showed him the tape where Gervonta Davis put the beans on Devin Haney. Remember all that, right? Then all of a sudden, Ryan decides he's fighting Devin, not Rolly. And we out here sitting there saying, what the hell happened there? Okay, this man kind of back and forth and shit, teeter-tottering between who he's going to fight. Now, we all agreed Ryan was the A side against Devin, against Rolly, against just about anybody out there outside of, you already know who, right? He's the A side. So he decides to fight Devin. And we're like, okay, here we go. Now, I personally felt dumb move by Devin Haney. Ryan going to, tranquilize him. But 99.9% of boxing fans felt that Devin Haney was just going to be too much for Ryan Garcia. Cool, no problem. The fight happened, didn't work out that way. But in the lead up to the fight, you started seeing Ryan Garcia, when he and Devin Haney had that first little confrontation where they were kind of jawing at each other and Ryan shoved him. You can see Ryan was acting totally kind of out of character. What I mean by that is he never really behaved like that before. And that's what kind of got people's attention at first. It was like, okay, Ryan is ready. He ain't going to be punked. He's tired of people bullying him, right? Then as you watch as the build-up and the press conferences and everything, as that started to kind of grow, you can see like Ryan was acting real weird. And he hasn't stopped. Then he gets in the ring with Devin. Of course, they had a few more press conferences. Devin, shoving Ryan by his face and neck or whatever. And now They want to kill each other. Bill sent his son to kill him, and then Ryan said something about his mom. Where's your mom at, bitch? Where's your mom? I mean, just crazy. So they get in the ring, and what happens, right? A lot of people were shocked at how when Ryan hit Devin, he was hurting him. Watching the fight, I wasn't surprised because Ryan has always knocked people out since he was a kid. Devin has always been an outstanding boxer. But in that fight, I just looked at it and said, Devin chose not to box. And when he did, he had success. The other times he chose to hold his ground. And whenever Ryan let his hands go, Devin lost. He lost in the exchange, okay? So nothing Ryan did shocked me. Coming in 3.2 pounds, I mean, that caught me off guard. But it's a game of chess. So, I mean, I thought that was kind of classless. It wasn't honorable, but it wasn't illegal. Devin knew he was going to come in over. Devin wanted to get that $1.5 million. He and his dad were jumping up, celebrating and dancing and breakdancing like Puff Daddy and Mace with shiny suits. This man was like, shit, we about to get paid and we're going to get in here and beat him. It's going to be an easy fight. And we got an extra 1.5. Shit didn't work out that way. So then the dust settled. You're trying to let the dust settle. Then all of a sudden, Ryan pops 30 for Peds. And it's like, what? Nobody suspected that, right? So it's like, all right, cool, he popped positive for Peds. It is what it is. Let's let it play out. But then you find out that before the announcement of Ryan popping dirty for Peds, that Bill Haney's little son came out and said Allah got in his brain and told him Ryan was going to test positive for steroids. Now, that's the first thing that I saw. I was like, what the hell is that? But nonetheless, it's like, okay, the little man can say what he wants. The bottom line is Ryan got in that ring, and he did test positive. So as far as I'm concerned, Devin Haney wasn't on a level playing field, right? That's how I felt once I learned about the test. But I always had to, like, okay, well, there's got to be more to the story. And as I sit here today, I feel like there's so much more. But as we sit back and we just start to let things play out, which is what I've been a huge advocate of. Everybody's shutting up and just listening. Because everyone has picked sides. Ryan's guilty, ban him, get him out of boxing. He's a B word, he's a P word, he's a cheat. Then you got other people feel that Victor Conte, Devin Haney, Bill Haney, they worked together with Vada and everything and just chose to frame Ryan Garcia. And you can see people going back and forth. Then the New York State Athletic Commission. To me, they dropped the ball because they had an opportunity to come back and say, which I think this is the real concern, whether Ryan Garcia had an advantage over Devin Haney with the levels of ostering in his system. See, nobody's come out and said that. You got a bunch of YouTubers and different people out here who aren't chemists or aren't experts. They're not saying that because the real people who are qualified to speak on it, they're not going to come out and say any of that shit because they don't want to get caught up in that drama show. They don't want to get caught up in that. And you can look at the New York State Athletic Commission by the way they handle it. I know there's a letter floating around there and there's some YouTubers talking about that letter with the New York State Athletic Commission saying Ryan was basically just fine because he didn't inform them of the supplements. It has nothing to do with him taking Peds necessarily, right? And I get all that. But to me, the New York State Athletic Commission dropped the ball. So that's kind of where we were until yesterday. Now, again, a lot of people felt Ryan was being framed. And then most people feel like Ryan Garcia is just a goddamn cheat. I sit here and I'm like, okay, he has shit in his system. That's not cool. But beyond that, I'm like, let it play out. The more people talk, the more we start getting answers. People will tell on themselves. Then he had his interview yesterday. All of a sudden now, people are talking about the crime syndicate. Hood, you were right about the secret society and shit happening behind the scenes. Of course I'm right about the secret society, but I don't necessarily feel the secret society is trying to bring Ryan Garcia down. And the shit about the crime syndicate, Scooter, Conti, Bill Haney, Zab Judah. I'm like, God damn, how all of a sudden, overnight we wake up and we got the crime syndicate now. Y'all got Zab Judah in the mix. But then when you sit back and understand, Zab Judah, when he fought Irish Mickey Ward, I remember watching that fight. Zab Judah put the beans on him. He worked with Scooter back then. Zab Judah and Scooter have a good relationship. Now, Scooter is an expert in weight loss. He's the guy who was brought in to help Ryan Garcia with his weight struggle, whether it's losing the weight or rehydrating. Bottom line, all of a sudden, Ryan Garcia is blaming Scooter now for the supplements he took that had the ostarine in it. So it's all over the place. Now, as a result of this new information, which has been out there for a while, but people haven't focused on that. And I'm going to tell you why. Everyone is going crazy. Oh, shit. Ryan's making more excuses. This is awful. He's more than just a cheat. He's a B word. He's a P word. But then they got the other people like, hold on a second. We can kind of put this puzzle together. Because Bill Haney and Devin Haney are father and son. Zab Judah is the godfather of Devin. Zab has Victor Conti and Devin have been working together for a long time. There's some loyalty there. Victor Conti's come out and advocated on behalf of Devin. There's all kind of concerns about Devin, how he's able to balloon up to how big he gets and then to shrink all the way down to where he shrinks down, then to rehydrate on fight night. So there's a whole lot of concern on Victor Conti and him and his, lack of credibility and his history and just how much foul play may be taking place behind the scenes, but being covered up by Victor Conti with Devin Haney and his weight issues. But then you find out Zab Judah had the connection to Scooter. And now you have people saying, wow, you got a crime syndicate. Zab Judah, Bill Haney is family, right? And Zab Judah got a connection to Scooter. They brought Scooter came in knowing, and Zab and them having a relationship with Scooter. Maybe there was some kind of transmission that took place between Bill and Zab to Scooter to go over there to Ryan to help him with to so-called, quote-unquote, help him with his weight struggles, but make sure that there's some kind of contaminated supplement or something gets put in the system. So if he wins and his urine test comes back, it will test positive. Now, let me tell y'all something. That takes a whole lot of goddamn coordinating, a whole lot of thinking, planning, plotting. Is it beyond belief that something like that can happen? No. Is it hard for me to believe that something like that happened? The piece about Zab and Scooter, what's up, little man? It's in the air fryer. Go inside, I'll be right there. Okay? So anyway, for me, it's just hard to believe that. It really is. Very, very hard for me to believe that. But anyway, when we sit back and we look at this, people, the secret society is always in effect. But when it comes to Ryan Garcia, and I'm watching his interviews, and I'm listening to what he's saying, and I'm gonna tell you right now, man, I'm gonna sit back and let this continue to play out. As of right now, my man has shit in his system, and he doesn't seem to be doing a good job defending himself. Some people feel he's being bullied, he's being picked on. I'm like, yo, hold your horses. The man hasn't done a good job defending himself. And then the argument is, well, the reason he's not because he doesn't know. And I'm just like, well, then you know what? If he doesn't know, he should shut up. Because the reason why everybody is going in on Ryan Garcia is because he's giving him ammunition. Because he's saying shit. And because he doesn't know, he's like, maybe it could be this, maybe it could be that, maybe it could be this. And people are latching on to that. But the thing is this, he said it. He's the one out here giving conflicting fucking stories. He's doing that to himself. Now again, remember, this is just me on the outside just watching. I don't have an opinion. But I see what's happening here. But let Ryan keep talking. Let everybody else keep talking. And we're going to keep getting a step closer to what really is going on. And this thing about Ryan Garcia, right? The one thing I want to point out. Because see, some of these people out here dealing with, they're dumb. Ryan Garcia admitted to taking peds. Yo, hold on a second, right? Because people want to create narratives. I'll tell you this. Ryan Garcia acknowledged, right, that he took a supplement that obviously that to him, this is his story, contaminated. It's not, he didn't say he intentionally took anything. There's a difference. But as far as him accepting that 1-year ban from boxing, he's acknowledging that, you guys, I'm going to be banned for not declaring the supplements that I'm taking. So he's just acknowledging it, but it's not an admission of guilt. So, and I'm telling you that from with me and my background. I've been in situations where I just been through shit, and they were like, okay, so I'm like, I ain't signing a fucking thing. They're like, no, this isn't saying that you're agreeing with it. This is just acknowledging receipt of this paperwork. And I've been on the other end where countless times I was the one that had to come in and kind of, be the mediator, you know what I'm saying? Say, hey, look, hold on. Because you have somebody trying to administer paperwork to someone, and the person who's supposed to receive it, they don't want to sign that shit. And I had to, kind of explain to them, look, this doesn't mean you're guilty. This is just saying you acknowledge, right? And then you get a chance to do a rebuttal. So you just sign, doesn't mean you're guilty, you're just acknowledging receipt of whatever, and then you go back and you give you a chance to do your rebuttal. And that's where you allow the process to run its course. And then people will take a look at the evidence you provide, and then they'll go from there. And that's what's going on here with Ryan Garcia. He acknowledged this is the punishment that I'm going to receive, but I get an opportunity to rebut it. That's what he has. And I just don't think he's done a pretty good job, because it seemed like he keeps talking about the lawyers and everything else. But I don't know. I think the ship is sailing with Ryan Garcia. But nonetheless, this shit that's going on here, it's out of control now. And the thing is, it's not going to get any better, people. Shit ain't going to get no better. This shit with Ryan and Devin ain't going to get any better. And let's see if they do rematch, because now they saying Ryan's scared to rematch him. He won't rematch him now. That's just like Devin saying he didn't want to rematch Ryan. Now Devin wants to rematch him. People talk, because Ryan knows he'll lose in the rematch. Man, Devin doesn't know if he'll win. Devin doesn't know if he'll lose. Ryan doesn't know if he'll win. He doesn't know if he'll lose. These guys got a lot of emotions going through them. They may say one thing today, say another thing tomorrow. But the only thing that I give a fuck about really is finding out if Ryan intentionally took that and proving that this man is lying. Because you see how many people are involved in this shit now? Nobody was thinking about Zab Judah and Scooter last week. Now we're talking about Zab Judah and Scooter. Who's next? What's next? Where are we going to be at next? How do we arrive and where we're going? This shit is going to keep getting deeper and deeper. And let everyone keep talking. Let them keep talking. And what I will say, for those people out there, on the Twitter world, some of these athletes and boxers that keep chiming in and putting their big noses in this business, it has nothing to do with them, better shut the fuck up. Because all of us live in a big glass house. All of us do. And it takes one stone to shatter that shit and bring it down. So for everybody out there who's making fun of Devin Haney, making fun of Ryan Garcia, especially these boxers and these athletes, high-profile public figures, right? Be very, very careful with what you're doing. Because when you start to go through your bad moments, just like Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, the same people who you think are he, and ha, with you, they're going to turn on your ass and be sitting there laughing at you. So stay out of this shit. Listen a whole lot. Talk very little. Anyway, make sure y'all keep make sure y'all keep your couple bags of popcorn around, because this shit getting good, isn't it? Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.